oh man, my people, I am so sorry. I apologize for not being able to have those damn videos with sound. What happened? Oh my goodness, man. Now we're gonna have to cover AMC and GME here on the live chat. What is up, people? Throw some A's in the chat if you can hear your boy speak. Throw those A's in the chat right now, you guys. How is everybody doing tonight? Very good to see you all here. My goodness, man. Throw those A's in the chat if you can hear your boy speak, you guys. I am terribly sorry again for whatever happened with this damn sound. My goodness, man. I actually got the notification from Joe H from Angel Eyes, and I got it from Keith. Oh my goodness, man. My apologies, you guys, again, but we're gonna be able to cover AMC and GME right in here in the live chat. Okay, you guys, man, thank you so much for everybody stopping by. What's up, Northwest? What is up, Joe H? I'm sorry to disappoint you, my dude, but we're gonna go ahead and cover those tonight. What is up, Sean Kumar? What's up? What's up? Dang family, how you doing? KYP, good to see you in here. T Wood, Droops White, Angel Eyes, good to see you guys. Very excited to be here, you guys. I'm very sorry again for not having that thing ready, man. Stick Vicious, good to see you in here. Chicken Lover, Eric Everett, what's up, man? Jay Abrams, yeah, man, that video, I'm terribly sorry again, you guys, but we're gonna be able to cover AMC and GTII here tonight, okay, you guys? So please rest assured that we'll go over those, no problem, okay? I'm actually quite embarrassed. I'm not exactly sure what was the real issue back here, but it doesn't matter. We got the sound back and running. Actually, I had to test it. I had to test the sound before I started live, and it was not going through. So I actually ended up getting that. Let me just make sure that the music is not so crazy here, right? Yeah, I actually had to test the sound once again, and I noticed that the live feed was not receiving any mic, so I actually restarted everything all over again. I mean, a complete reboot, and then everything was working fine, right? Very, very silly times over here, you guys, but I do apologize for not releasing those videos. I am considering actually re-recording them or just taking the snippet from whatever we cover here on the live situation and posting it on as individual videos, right, you guys? But no matter what happens, we are still here. We are still able to cover things, right? Please go ahead and like the video if you haven't done so already. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and everything will be good. Good to see you here. Luna's live. I will try to add it to the list, but I'm not gonna lie. This is actually a little bit disappointing and a really, really big setback for whatever happened today, right? But you know how it goes. We'll go ahead and add it there. I want to make sure that everyone gets their opportunity to get their tickers revised, right? But nonetheless, what is up, chat? Go ahead and dive in. I want to see what you guys are saying. What are we long? What are we short? It should really be nothing, though, because tomorrow is CPI. Remember, tomorrow is going to be CPI, and that's going to be announced at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Okay, you guys, tomorrow is going to be that very special day. Whether we're going to see the markets either dive to the downside or make a rip to the upside, and it's really just all gonna be based on what that CPI says for us, right? Joe H is gonna short everything tonight. Careful, do not short the SQQQ if it's not gonna be to your side, all right, my dude? Jay Lee, what is up, my dude? Yes, we're definitely gonna check out AMC and GTII tonight, guys. Again, my apologies. Stick Vicious saying adapt and overcome battle. Absolutely, my dude. I will. Right, so I just I'm not gonna lie, I was a little embarrassed, right? And I actually made the videos unlisted. I delisted them because it was just so annoying, right? not even you didn't even get to say or see any caption or nothing. But guys, what I do have to announce tonight, let's see, Adam L saying unacceptable Arca, 50 points from Gryffindor. Oh my goodness. I actually have to tell you that I did take the test and I did find out what house I am on. I'm actually a Hufflepuff and I am not a Gryffindor. So go ahead and revise that comment and I will absolutely respect it the next time. Thank you so much, Adam, for stopping by. Dips Patel, good to see you here. Guys, what I did want to announce, and I really would like if everybody participated in this, please Tonight is actually my daughter's birthday, and I would like for the entire chat to come in and say happy birthday, Kate. Okay, K-A-I-T, okay? Say happy birthday to my baby girl, and that is the reason why I'm not going to be able to stream all the way through tonight, okay, you guys, as I am going to be spending some time with her tonight. But go ahead and please, please, please wish my baby girl a happy birthday, guys. Please, everybody do it. I would love for her to see the chat just dive in with happy birthday wishes for my baby girl. Really appreciate everybody stopping in tonight, guys. Like I said, we're not going to be able to make the whole stream tonight like we usually do, but we're going to be celebrating my baby girl's birthday tonight. And but I really actually wanted to make sure that I stepped in here and get these tickers out the way, right? Oh, Stick Vicious, my brother, thank you so much. That really means a lot. And I'm sure she's gonna appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. That dono was very nice. Joe H, thank you. I really appreciate you guys so much. That really means a lot. She's gonna be very excited to see everybody wishing her a happy birthday. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate that. So yeah, very interesting that her birthday actually comes in. It comes in on what? Just a day before Valentine's, right? She is turning 19 years old. Can you believe it, you guys? Ooh, that is the last teen year, I told her, and she's like, no. Dang family, Steve, Northwest, Mark Roach, JM, KYP, my moderators, you're all so kind. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate the wishes for my baby girl. She is gonna love it. Mark Roach saying, Celeste, my 4-year-old girl just sang it. Oh man, thank you. Oh, what a cutie. Thank you so much. Cha-Cha, thank you for that. Thank you for that so much, you guys. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Okay, so what I want to do is, because we do have a limited amount of time tonight, I want to go ahead and just dive into the tickers as soon as humanly possible. Mark Roach, I'm actually going to be trying something called laps on a timer, okay, so that I can be able to gauge that timestamp a little bit in a little bit of a different manner than what we usually do, right? So I'm gonna use this function on the iPhone that you know, the stopwatch, right? It has laps on it, so every time I click on every time I start the new ticker, I'll be able to get that exact time without stopping the stopwatch, right? So very cool stuff, Mark Roach. I think I guess we'll try it. Let's just see how it works, right? So you guys, I want to go ahead and now start making this a little bit more of a serious conversation now, right? And we're going to be starting off the analysis as soon as this song is over, which is just about now, right? Oh my goodness. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in to ticker symbol AMC. All right, so guys, I have a few things to talk to you about AMC. Regarding AMC in the volatility versus momentum, okay? Please notice that we are having this gnarly expansion happening in volatility, and look at just where the momentum is actually sitting right now, okay? Notice that it's actually sitting in the, close to that overbought area. Oversold, sorry, that's the 20%. This means that it's prepping for an upside move. If we actually revert to the 12-hour time frame, notice what happens here, okay? Remember, volatility is direction neutral. We pair it with stochastic momentum so that we can gauge that bias for the upside, okay? Check this out. Let's go to the 12-hour time frame. Look at AMC, what it's doing, okay? Here we go. All right, now you can see that pivot actually happening. We're entering critical volatility, which is anything within the 90 percentile of the volatility component here, okay, you guys? And please notice that we're incredibly oversold in the momentum as well. This is already signaling that we may be finding that floor for AMC, okay? So this is very interesting stuff right here, okay, you guys? Please do not fall for the WhatsApp comments or any of those text me or helplines. Do not fall for those, okay? That is not me. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on with the analysis right here. Thank you so much for the reminder, Mark Roach. And M9, thank you for your wishes. Really appreciate it. Dips Patel, Chicken Lover, really appreciate you guys, okay? Let's go ahead and continue on with AMC. Let's move on to the next chart. This is in reference to the macro chart that we've been looking at for some time now. This is the ascending channel that we've been looking at, right? So the floor that we're finding is still in respects to the targets that I was already providing for you before, okay? So I'm still essentially looking for this $4.44 or all the way to the $4.13 zone, okay? Right in here is what we want to touch down on before continuing on a massive upside, which is, by the way, very, very consistent with what volatility versus momentum is presenting to us on the 12-hour and on the daily. I'm actually curious to see the 8-hour now. Let's see. Check, check. Yo, 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 what is up, guys? Can you guys hear me by chance? Can you guys hear me now? My goodness gracious. Go ahead and let me know if you can hear me talk right now, you guys. And does it sound like crap? Oh my goodness. Oh, guys. I don't know what the deal is here, but hey, you guys, thank you so much for waiting here, right? So what I'm actually doing is I actually so I got an anonymous donor, right, for this brand new laptop that I'm using right now, and I don't know what happened to my entire system. Actually, my whole system just entirely went out the door like crazy, right? So at this moment, I'm actually going to be referring to the chat from my other laptop. Oh my goodness, man, just so that I can be able to come back on here. So my main system is entirely disabled right now. I have no idea why, but somebody referenced a sandstorm or something, right? So that absolutely is the case again, right? So I wanna just open up the channel here so that I can see what's happening in the chat, right? My goodness, guys, this really sucks. Like, this is really terrible. Again, my apologies, you guys. I've been having issues all day, and I'm not even sure what the heck the real deal is here, right? But I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Still, we're gonna continue on with the analysis for AMC, right? And I'll go ahead and reload all of those tickers once again, right? So, all right. Do you so you can still hear me, right? You can hear me. You can hear me like fine. Is that the case? I just want to know that the volume that you're hearing me on is okay, or if I should turn it up, or if I should turn it down, or whatever. Yeah, I know, Jay Lee. I definitely know. I know that's what ended up happening. That really sucks. There's nothing. There's nothing I could have done on this on my end here, right? But it's just it is what it is. I'm sure they're gonna be coming back to. And like I said, you guys, I'm actually streaming now from not my main system. I'm streaming from this from uh from a new laptop that a donor actually it was a very kind donation for somebody to actually provide this. So I'm on a brand new MacBook Pro here, and I'm very limited to the screens now, right? So I actually have my old laptop to the left of me looking at the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. And yeah, seriously, right? Batter mode, dude, man, it looks like somebody just halted me like crazy. Like that was a big halt on my part, right? So let's go ahead and now open up the ticker. You're gonna hear me probably type, right? So because it's the built-in microphone on the laptop. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start loading our AMC. This really sucks because I had everything ready, right? So yeah, my apologies, you guys. So let's go ahead and load up all that stuff one more time so that we can see what AMC is doing for us, man. Yeah, this really sucked. Did a hedge send that laptop? No, actually, it isn't the laptop that failed. I'm using the laptop now because my entire system actually just like crippled. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but yeah, man, like I said, I'm just glad that I have like this brand new laptop that actually somebody donated to me, and it's a really, really cool laptop actually. It's got 64 gigs of RAM. It's the 2019 Intel i9 8-core, right, with a 1 terabyte SSD in it with a touch bar. It's crazy, man. This thing is really insane. It's a monster, and that's what you're looking at me use right now, right? So the yes, no, I'm gonna go ahead and just finish off with the AMC ticker, you guys, and then we will continue looking at the GTII, right? So man, these were all the other ones that I was prepping, right, for today. I had them up already on the other computer, but in this case, you know, whatever happened, and now we are here, unfortunately. But I'm really stoked that a lot of the people ended up sticking around. Really excited about that. So yeah, let me just go ahead and adjust the screen just a little bit here because it is a different ratio than what the 27-inch displays I have. The Apple displays on my main system, right? So it's a little bit of a crippled situation here because I am now restricted to the keyboard laptop, right? And I did connect my mouse to it, so this is good. And I have this really crazy laptop to the left of me. All right, so let's continue it. Guys, so now I'm going to just go ahead and say that I'm going to continue AMC here based on the laps, right, that we put. Thank you, KYP. Really appreciate you. Dang family, thank you so much, you guys. Really appreciate everybody for sticking around. Joe H, we need to authenticate you. Yeah, man, there's gonna have to be a 2-factor authentication over here, man, with a fingerprint and everything needed on me. I'm looking all kinds of sketchy over here, right? Anyway, so I was referencing volatility versus momentum in the let's see, in the 8-hour time frame. I was really curious to see what it was happening in the 8-hour. Please notice we are in critical as well, just like we are in the 12-hour, and it looks like we're on our way to make that critical volatility turn in the daily chart as well. Let's go back to the 6-hour because I'm really curious about that. Look at this, the 6-hour is already in critical as well. Let's see the 4-hour, it's reverting from critical, but it's lingering around there with the stochastic momentum all the way in the oversold area as well. Okay, so basically what I'm looking for in AMC is, like I said, you guys, there is a retracement that I'm looking for to reach down to about the 447 to about 437 at the 2 fib, okay? And that is in correlation with this target down here. Please take a look at this, okay? We have these targets that we've been looking at for some time. Essentially right in here is what I'm looking at. If we have to wick down with a flash wick all the way to 414, then so be it. That's fine. The thing is that we need to continue validating this support line from the macro channel that we've been riding for some time, which is this one right over here. My God, this computer's super fast. Okay, so now that I'm looking at it actually perform, it's incredibly fast. Okay, so yes, you guys, that is what I'm looking at right over here. Okay, so if we're gonna make that touch, expect for volatility to then make its official turn. Okay, so that I'm talking about this right over here. Okay, it's gonna be on the daily chart that we're looking for, but the 12-hour is actually something that's tempting me to backtest. Okay, this is looking very good and very bullish. Another thing that you should know is that on this descending channel, on the 12-hour 6-hour time frame, smaller time frame, right? We want to make sure that we break out. We are following the golden rule of 3 here. 1, 2, 3, reclaim right here. We're going to break out that 4, and this is actually now coming back to test that newly converted resistance into support before that continuation onto the upside, okay? If we can reference RSI now, which is the last step of this analysis, then that'll tell us essentially what we're looking at, right? I hate that I have to re-prepare all these things since we already had them ready, right? But we have no option but to do it yet again. Does it actually sound like, obviously it's not going to sound as good, right, as the other microphone, but does it sound okay even still? I'm like super, I feel weird because there's no microphone in front of me. I'm just talking directly into a screen of a laptop. Does it sound clear? I mean, I know you're probably going to hear the noise of the fans come on and everything, but all good, right? So, oh, thank you, MM. Really appreciate that. It's all right. Indra, thank you so much. Indra, by the way, good morning to you. Thank you for stopping by. This is good. Jay Lee, thank you so much. And, oh man, I love Billy Ocean. Okay, Stick Vicious it's sounding good. Stick Vicious, actually, if you're not aware, I was actually donated this laptop by a very kind person, and this is exactly what I'm using right now for the live stream. So what you're listening to is actually the mic built into this 2019 MacBook Pro. All right, so I'm very, very impressed by the way it's actually portraying the audio right now. Okay, you guys, so let's continue. The 30-minute immediate short term is actually, thank you, Joe H, is actually suggesting a continuation to the way down, which is very much in correlation to what we're talking about regarding the supports at the bottom down here. Okay, so let's see, the bi-hourly is suggesting some sideways trading. Why? Because I expect this to actually make its downside continuation and kind of linger around here for a little bit before it continues on to the upside. I'm telling you this because I'm seeing it on the 6-hour. The 6-hour is already pivoting towards the upside. Let's see right over here. The 12-hour is actually pivoting towards the upside as well. The danger here is the fact that we are within the bear strength percentile. We're starting to get a little hint from that 14-day simple, but nonetheless, it's still suggesting a turn of events right here, okay? And please notice on the daily time frame that we're actually getting this pivot right down here. So it looks like the bears are starting to lose strength. And on the bi-daily and on the 3-day, you can see that now we're at that support. So this is very important. It looks like AMC is prepping for a pretty substantial move coming in. I am not certain when, but it looks soon, okay? We have to watch out for the data that's going to be released tomorrow for the economy, right? I'm talking about the CPI data report. It's going to be reported tomorrow. This is going to essentially pivot the markets towards the downside or towards the upside, okay? So we have to watch out and we have to see what's going on. But in reference to this macro channel, this is kind of insinuating that we may see a pretty bullish CPI report, right? I'm not exactly sure that that's the final say. Of course, no one knows what that CPI report's going to say, but that's essentially what's happening with AMC right here, okay, you guys? So just expect a little bit of a downside. Again, it's going to be between 413 and about 431, okay? Again, if we need a flash down here to about 411, so be it. It's going to be fine because we're going to be able to validate this support yet again, giving it some more validation and yet some more thrust from the longs that are waiting to load down here, okay? Good things for AMC coming up. So I'm gonna go ahead and now end things for AMC, and I'm gonna start loading up things for GTII now, as I know that there are a lot of people waiting for the GTII analysis as well, okay? So let me go ahead and just load up everything that we had here for GTII prior to this incredible shutdown that we got, right? So I am very lucky to be able to have a second system that is essentially carrying the weight of my main system all by itself single-handedly, okay? So this is very lucky for us to have on our side, okay? Thank you so much for the anonymous donor. I can't express to you how useful this is and how clutch it's coming in right now as we speak, okay, you guys? So this is absolutely something that we should all kind of be thankful for, right? I can't even tell you. Oh my goodness. So I'm almost there, you guys. Let's just go ahead and make sure that we have all of the edits that we need for the you know, for the GTII analysis. Okay, so I think this may actually be it. Okay, so this is going to be the RSI that we're going to be looking at, and again, I apologize, everything was already prepped before this power thing happened, right? But let's see, where are we going to start for GTII? I'm officially going to start GTII right now. Okay, you guys, so let's see. We're going to start to reference volatility versus momentum on the 5-day chart first. Okay, so no, guys, no, we're not gonna rate AMC because we're not gonna rate anything because CPI is tomorrow. Okay, I want to make sure that retail is safe. I really don't want to encourage anyone to buy on macroeconomic releases. Okay, I don't want to do that. But no rating. Mark Roach, thank you so much, my dude. So let's go ahead and continue on with the analysis here, okay? You guys, really appreciate everybody and all the birthday wishes for my baby girl. Okay, you guys, I can't express to you how much that means. Dame Time, thank you so much for your donation, by the way. I actually didn't see some of these donations roll in because I was missing in action here. But again, referencing 5-day volatility versus momentum, please notice that in 14 hours and 34 minutes, we're going to be closing this 5-day iteration. Okay, so that's going to be essentially the validator for a continuation to the upside, but we need to make sure that we can supersede or surpass something of critical importance here, okay? Let's get rid of this thing right over here, and I'm gonna, oh, wrong keyboard. There we go. I have my old keyboard in front of me. I'm sorry, from my main system. I just got to remember to make sure to reference the keyboard on the MacBook Pro, okay? So let's go ahead and just take a look at this right over here, okay? What you're looking at is a bearish engulfing candle formation, okay? Usually when this happens, and when it happens on a 5-day, it's absolutely relevant, and it has a bigger hit rate for us to reach a downside continuation, but that's not what everything else is reading, okay? What I want to do is before the closure of this, we want to make sure that we can get the longs to kind of push this just a little bit higher so that we can be above this candle here. The opening of this candle was $1.86. You can see the opening right up here on the O, okay? There you go. You can see my mouse really big. There you go. So we want to go ahead and make sure that we're above the opening of this candle, which is $1.86, and this can absolutely push to the upside. Let's see what we're doing on the so definitely 173. Chat, go ahead and dive in. Let me know what you guys are talking or seeing for the GTII closing, okay? Whoever has TradeStation, whoever has TD Ameritrade, whoever has Fidelity, please chat, go ahead and dive in and let me know what your closing value is for GTII, as sometimes, you know, we're facing a little bit of weird information right here, okay, you guys? So let's go ahead and continue on right here. COMS or COSM is actually not on the list, Cody. I am trying to get to my baby girl's birthday celebration, so we're going to cover what actually was not. I don't know if you saw, I actually released 2 videos. Thank you, Donald. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I don't know if you actually noticed, but the videos that I released for GTII and AMC were definitely, they didn't have sound, and it was in respects to my system actually crippling. So now I'm streaming on a brand new laptop, so this is doing really good for us right now. So TradingView shows 173 alongside TD, alongside okay, great. So everybody is looking at is that what the algo is saying on the technicals? We have a neutral on technicals here for the buy, which is actually not it's not bad whatsoever. There is bull strength entering for GTII, and I have to tell you actually that we actually were expecting this downside. Man, I don't have the chart up right here, but it's okay. Remember that I told you guys, okay, that I'm gonna go ahead and leave. I'm sorry, in the prior video, I said I'm going to leave this area for resistance because this is likely for us to come back up and touch or test before a continuation here, and then we're going to start validating our areas of support once again, giving the bulls one more chance to load up. The areas that I'm looking for loading zone is going to be between 157 and 165 in respects to the 1.618, and also I believe if I have that chart up in here somewhere, it would be nice for me to actually see that. It's no problem, guys, it's still here. These are the areas that we're looking for. Why 157? Because we would essentially validate the newly converted resistance into support of this broadening descending wedge yet again. Okay, you guys, so upon that validator here, we can then continue on to the upside and continue making this series of higher highs and higher lows. Everything is still looking magical for GTII. Referencing RSI, 30-minute immediate short-term time frame suggests an upside continuation to that 14-day simple. Good stuff. All right, so we have that 4 hour suggesting a little bit of downside. It's not such a convincing pivot like this one right over here. So you can see that the bears are actually losing a little bit of that strength, okay? Please notice here on the 8 hour that it is suggesting some downside as well. Again, very weak pivot for the bears over here. Notice on the daily as it starts correcting, we do have, in respects to the CPI data report that's going to be coming in, we still have some sideways trading to go on the daily, okay? Very much in correlation to what's going to be happening with the economical release tomorrow. Look, notice on the 3-day that we still have an upside continuation here, and it looks like we're bouncing right off of that 14-day simple, looking very good. And if we're going to reference the 5-day momentum, momentum, right, RSI, we still have a little bit of downside to go, but please notice the positioning of your RSI signal here, okay? We're looking at the gravitational zone alongside the 14-day simple as the 4-bump support before continuing on to the upside in a macro perspective. So what I'm looking at here for GTII is an upside not only for the short term, but also for the longer term macro perspective. I'm talking about in the 5-day chart, just like this, okay? So meaning that we're essentially gonna touch down one more time, and then we could actually validate the support and then continue our ascent. Okay, this is still looking good in my eyes, okay, you guys? Remember, if I'm going to repeat the zones one more time for GTII, the loading zones for the longs tomorrow could very well be in respects to the 1.618 at 165 to about $1.57 at this support, at the newly converted resistance into support of this broadening descending wedge, okay, you guys? So very good stuff for GTII here, and I still think that we're healthy, okay? No problems whatsoever, sorry. So just know that we still have some things to look out for, some validations to make sure, but I think we have our floor in. All right, so just be aware, keep your longs under control, and everything is going to be good. Okay, Weeble shows 173, Weeble 173. Thank you so much, chat, for coming right in. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. Okay, you guys, we're going to look at TRKA and then ticker symbol VS. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up TRKA now, as I know that this is, let's see, I'm going to officially start TRKA now. All right, TRKA, let's move on. Let's see. Again, typing in the wrong keyboard, my goodness. But I gotta say, man, the new keyboard on these new MacBook Pros they're so flush, they're so nice. Okay. All right. So the last time we spoke about TRKA, we were talking about a retracement back into this zone, and we actually did get it. And we actually got a nice bounce from it. What you're looking at here, guys, is actually something that's a very bullish statement from TRKA. You're looking at a hammer candle right at the bottom of a trend, and it looks like it respects its hammer candles at the bottom of trends. Okay, please notice here, right when we go to the bottom, hammer candle upside, we go up, right? Now we go down, hammer candle, then it moves on to the upside, then it comes all the way down, hammer candle upside. Guys, it looks like it's following a type of trend over here, so which is very, very important for us to notice. Another thing that we actually have to look at here within TRKA is the fact that there may or may not be, I've already presented this to you actually before. On the 8-hour chart, I think is where we saw it, and there is the chance of a broadening ascending wedge, it looks like. Let me just go ahead and make sure that we do have, there it is, that we do have that. Okay, so let's get rid of this trend line right over here and make a new one. Okay, I'm not even sure that this was the ticker that I showed you. Oh man, wow, this is very cool. I didn't realize that the touch can actually work like that alongside my mouse. Nice, my goodness. Gonna have to make a whole switcheroo over here with this laptop. Oh my goodness. All right, so very, very rare breakout to the upside, could be in line for this ticker. Okay, you guys, so let's just go ahead and evaluate this, because I think I see the contact points right over here. I think it's in reference to this one right over here, this one here, and if you're curious about the contact point support, these are the support lines here, and this right over here. Looks like we failed it, came back up, tested it, tested our area of support like we said, and we reclaimed the channel. And not only did we reclaim the broadening ascending wedge, but we came back and tested that support and continued on to the upside. If I'm looking at this in raw price action, I am expecting an upside for TRKA even still. Okay, this is absolutely bullish. This setup that we're looking at here is 100% something to consider here. Why? Because this may actually, like I'm going to repeat again, this may actually be presenting to us a rare breakout to the upside. And because I'm saying rare, because broadening ascending wedges are usually bearish, okay? The take profit for this formation is located at the genesis of the formation right down here at 1105, okay? But look at this. We have a test number 1, 2, 3, huge bear trap, reclaimed it, tried again, and we actually got that fourth test. And usually the third test is the one to capitulate, right? So in this case, we went up to the fourth one. Man, this is incredible. We went up to the fourth test. The shorts opened heavily here, and then the longs created a huge bear trap right over here, essentially pressuring the price up to the upside, reclaiming the wedge and testing it as a support before a continuation onto the upside. This is ridiculous. This is whoever is playing this is heavily against short sellers. Okay, this is aggressive. What we're looking at here is going to be a follow-up test, essentially to make. I'm not, man. Let's just go ahead and speculate over here, okay? Because TRKA is juicy. This is incredible stuff and very, very aggressive price action here. This is a real battle here, you guys, that we're actually looking at. Not referencing you, Stig. I'm actually referencing for real that this is a serious battle between the bulls and the bears, okay? The upside continuation to this may, the obvious target, of course, is going to be anywhere between, let's see, 28.79 to about 30.41, referencing our previous high, right? But this can still continue, even potentially up to 41 cents just based on raw price action, right? Let's go ahead and look at our SMAs and see what we got. Yeah, oh my god. Me too, man. These battles are insane. Please notice on the 8-hour chart, we've already converted not only the 100, the 50, the 10, and most importantly, the 200-day simple moving average into a valid area of support now, okay? So this is 100% bullish and still suggesting an upside. Okay, let's go ahead and now reference the daily. Let's see. Oh man, very good stuff. Please notice right over here that we have converted the SMA 100 on the daily as a support, and also you're getting to see right in real time right over here the cross of the 10 versus the SMA 10, SMA 100, okay? This cross of the green moving average is now going to represent the new area of a guide towards the way up. All right, this is looking very good. Another thing to notice here is the 50, the SMA 50 starting to make that curvature towards the upside. This is very healthy and it's looking absolutely clean. I am curious to see what volatility looks like now versus momentum, okay? Because this is on particular the 12-hour or the 8-hour. Oh man, there it is on the 8-hour, back to where we were. I can almost tell you right now that volatility is going to be capped at expansion. Let's go ahead and see what it's got. I'm super curious. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we are not capped at expansion, but we are very, very close to the critical volatility zone, which could be at 90%, and we are well on our way to that. Let's look at the 12-hour. Man, this is interesting price action, okay? So very, very important cross right over here. We got the volatility component. Remember, volatility is direction neutral, okay? We pair it with stochastic momentum so that we can gauge the bias for direction, okay? Stochastic momentum will essentially give us that bias alongside how volatility is moving here, okay? Let me reference other time frames to see if we're anywhere critical within this, okay? Because this is quite impressive what we're looking at here. Okay, so wow, the upside being suggested on almost every single time frame. The bi-hourly is already in critical volatility and still suggesting a little bit of an upside. I know it's a little weak here, but we're going to reference now momentum by the RSI to see what we have for the coming sessions. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and load that right now and see what we have. Very, very impressive upside continuation on that 8-hour. But like always, let's start off with the 30-minute immediate short term. And Diego Rivera, I am not sure that HKD will go up, but that one is is a serious manipulation, I think. But let's go ahead and continue here, guys. Notice that the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is suggesting an aggressive upside almost immediately. Let's see the 15. Oh my goodness. And the 5. Wow. All right, so the hour and the bi-hourly still suggesting upside. My goodness, the 6 hour suggesting upside. Let's go to the 12 hour. 12 hour is now in the process of making a very important and bullish cross. Please notice right over here. I need to zoom in so that you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, here you go. Oh man, there we go. All right, check this out. The RSI signal is crossing the 14-day simple moving average, thus converting it into an area of support. The area that we're in making this cross on the 12-hour, please notice that it is very well in the bull strength percentile, and now we're way above the gravitational zone, which would essentially have us dip down to the downside. Okay, so this is suggesting a continuation to the upside, even still. TRKA, very impressive price action here. The buy daily is telling us that we do have a little bit of a limited upside, and that honestly could be in respects to this candle right over here. It looks like we may face a pullback from about 27.59 or about 30.44. But I mean, by the way that this I'm not gonna lie for a second, the way that this price action is looking like, even, I mean, this is a clean confirmation candle. If you guys are not aware of how this works, when you get a bullish candle right down here, you are actually looking at you're looking at the reversal potential, okay, the possibility of reversal here. Okay, now the validator for that reversal would be the following candle. Okay, so in this case, very interesting. It looks like we're building this setup and confirming it with this candle now for that upside continuation. So now let's take a fib from let's see, the swing high to the swing low. Man, I keep on typing on that wrong keyboard. I wish I can actually just turn this thing. No, I'm not gonna spend any time on that, whatever. Let's go ahead and just take a fib retracement from the prior days. This one right over here, swing high to swing low in a traditional manner, right, so that we can see the potentials for the upside. Okay, so we literally went up. Oh my goodness, we went into the 3.272 and took profit, right? So where are we sitting? We're sitting right below the 2.272 and the 2 fib. Okay, so if we're looking at the upside continuation here right away, just like I was talking to you earlier, the obvious targets could be at about 25 cents, right? But I'm not even sure that I actually said that. According to the 8 hour, let's see, 28 cents is what we were looking at on the 8 hour. Very, very much in respects to that 27.98 at 28 cents, pretty much 4.618. Okay, you guys, so this is essentially what I'm looking at as a first stop from here. We're looking at 25 cents. How big of an upside is that actually? Let's see. For now, that looks like we should be going up tomorrow about 12%. Before coming back down and validating our current highs as a good area of support before continuing on to an even further upside, of which I do think the 30.41 could be achieved. Okay, you guys, please, please, please keep TRKA in mind, okay? But also remember that CPI is tomorrow and we may face pressures all over the markets, okay? If we do get a negative CPI read, there is a potential that this thing can actually capitulate and come right back down into the 200-day, actually, which would be in reference to the 2.272 and the 2.618 for an area of support with a wick down into even potentially about 21.85, okay? But this is a lot of support here, okay, alongside the 200. I'm not going to say that it can't actually penetrate it. I'm just saying that it's very, very strong of an area of support, okay? So yeah, definitely know that the upside from here is almost immediately. I can't tell you if it's going to revert at all because everything is suggesting the upside. At any point, someone could actually sell off, okay? So meaning reaching that 25.71, someone could take profit right here, making this thing come right back down to the 23.45 zone of the 2.618. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw this so that later you can understand what I'm talking about, okay? So potentially, okay, looking at a touch right up here like this, coming back down to either the 2.272 or the 2.618, more than likely the 2.618, before a continuation onto the upside, okay, you guys? that is essentially what I'm looking at for TRKA. Let's go ahead and end that analysis now and move on to the next one. Sebastian Lim, thank you so much for your dono, my dude. I actually have to get to my baby girl's birthday celebration, so I'm going to go ahead and note this down so I can send you some images on Discord or later on, okay, my dude? So Sebastian Lim, thank you for your donation, by the way, my dude. Really appreciate that. Okay, so COMS, not a problem, my dude. So let's go ahead and make sure that that's listed down here and move on to the next ticker. Okay, guys, so what do we have for the next ticker? Let's see. So that's going to be ticker symbol VS. Okay, let's see what VS has for us. I actually did think, yeah, I did load it up for today's price action, right? So this is a very interesting ticker. All right, let's go ahead and officially start ticker symbol VS now. All right, let's see what VS has for us. Let's take a sip of this water real quick and continue. All right, so ticker symbol VS is looking a little bearish on the daily, but let's go ahead and start off with the let's see, with the moving averages, right? Okay, very important support that we actually touched down today, and that support is the SMA 50, okay, on the daily. Very interesting. Let's look at the 12-hour, see what's going on. The 12-hour actually did continue on to the downside, right? So this, if we're looking at it on the 12-hour, yeah, we may actually want to come back down to test the 200 and the 50 here, the simple moving averages, before a continuation to the way up. Let's go ahead and refer to, man, I was really expecting this to reach all the way to 165 or 187, but it looks like it never did. Wow, that's super disappointing. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the immediate short-term time frame in the 30-minute. Wow, the 30-minute is absolutely very oversold. And let's see in reference historically on the 30-minute how oversold we are, because this may be getting ready for a pivot soon. Okay, so there is one iteration to where we actually reverse from this, and let's see what happened in that iteration. Okay, for the 30-minute, please remember, right over here. Oh, okay, take a look at that. Very interesting price action. When we reach this level, which we're currently sitting at 15.92%, right? So in this iteration, reverting from 16.66, you're looking at a massive move to the upside from this area. Okay, how big was that move? These are back tests that I would actually have to practice later on, right? But in reference to this move, that was a 100% move to the upside from the current zone where we're at. So this could be in preparation for something interesting. Let's go ahead and continue here. If you are thinking about shorting a ticker symbol VS, I would strongly discourage that, okay? Because this ticker, although it's showing that it is a little bearish, could massively explode to the upside soon. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and continue on with the analysis here, but we want to make sure to keep our short sellers away from this. In fact, man, if there should be anyone considering this, it should be the longs. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue here. Let's see. Thank you so much for that information, Mark. Very useful and very appreciative for the community here. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and now look at the buy hourly and see where we are in reference to that RSI. Okay, so the RSI is already showing a pivot as well. Please notice if we zoom in, okay, take a look at this. It looks like the bears are starting to lose a little bit of that strength. Okay, so just know that there is a potential to where this is in preparation for an upside move. Let's go ahead and now look at the 6 hour. The 6 hour is still suggesting a downside. We're gonna go ahead and find out why that downside is, but it's also starting to show some of that weakness as well. Let's continue on to the 8 hour. I think we already saw that. Still downside and downside on the daily. Let's see the buy daily. Okay, the buy daily. Here we go. That's where it's at. The buy daily suggesting that there is a very short-term downside to be seen, but please notice that the pivot of the bears is not nearly as strong as it was right over here. Okay, so another thing to notice is that the bears are starting to lose strength, and this is how we can see it. Okay, let's go ahead and just make our colors a little brighter for volume, so that we can see exactly what's happening. Okay, we're gonna make this brighter and this one brighter as well. Okay, please take a look right over here. You can see that the bears are actually diminishing their strength little by little. Okay, you guys, very interesting here. Let's see limited downside and consolidation. Very interesting stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and now reference volatility versus momentum, as I do believe something is brewing here. Interesting. We're in critical volatility there and printing daily bars of critical. Okay, anything within that 90 percentile suggests that there could be a strong move incoming. Okay, so let's go ahead and now reference stochastic momentum so that we can see what the oscillator is suggesting. Okay, look at this. We are in oversold, okay? So there could be something here like I'm talking about, okay? That we're in oversold and almost, let's see, let's go ahead and continue. I want to say that, okay, already 3 time frames, 4 time frames, 5 time frames, and it looks like the 4 hour is starting to prep that upside, okay? So this can see some consolidation or a continuation to the downside, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it may just be a few cents here, okay, before this thing tries to recover. And let's see just why that is. Okay, oh my goodness. So the area that we stopped today is in reference to a huge amount of support from all of these candle tops. Okay, so that's a very strong area, so suggesting that we actually may fluctuate within the 76 zone to about the 84-cent zone, while momentum and volatility prep a ridiculous move to the upside. Please notice this. Okay, let me just go ahead and X out our RSI, right, and make these a little bit bigger. Okay, take a look at this. When we're starting to make these pivots on the momentum as we approach the oversold percentile, right, and sitting in the critical volatility, and not only that, we have back-to-back critical volatility. This is why I'm saying that if you're suggesting shorting this, I would stay away, okay, because this is prepping for a pretty incredible upside move. And if I were to put a guess as to when, I would say maybe 4, maybe 5 days or a little bit more, and that would be essentially that prep for the upside. If we're I'm actually very curious to backtest this now, because this is actually prepping for something interesting, of which may be in respects to the breaking out of this macro scale broadening descending wedge. Okay, so if we do break out of that, that's going to be a massive move to the upside, and it may very well take us into the $3 zone if we can backtest correctly. Okay, so actually I'm going to go ahead and make a note right now that I do want to backtest this, because this is way juicy. Very juicy. In other words, I'm telling you that this is kind of TRKA before it happens TRKA, right? So, oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and make sure to make that note for a back test needed here. Okay, a volatility versus momentum on the 12-hour chart as well as the bi-daily. Oh man, this is good stuff. Okay, yeah, we may be catching a move early here, you guys. Very interesting here. Oof, 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 oof. But like I promised, stick vicious. You're long this thing. Oh my goodness. All right. So yeah, I mean, if you're long this and you're already, if you're in the red, just hold on for a little bit, because this thing may actually just present a slight downside before an explosive move to the upside. And I am going to run a back test on this to make sure that we can have a true edge for the upside, as I do see this upside coming in the few days. Okay, maybe what day are we in right now? So we're on Monday the 13th. Potentially end of week, maybe even on Thursday. I don't know, but this is prepping for something quite interesting. Oh man. So I have the note. Let's go ahead and officially end ticker symbol VS and try to move on to a next one. Okay, you guys, I know that I'm actually in a little bit of a crunch of time right now to get to my baby girl's birthday celebration, but I want to make sure to look at as many as I can for today. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and look at ticker symbol CENN, as that is absolutely one from the early picks. Okay, you guys, let's see. CENN, what do you got to say for us? My goodness. BetaBot, can you look at CRV USD? Is that that's a crypto. So USD, so it's in cash. You're not using a stable coin. All right. I'll go ahead. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to cover it today, but are you following me, or are you in the Discord or Twitter by any chance? I am asking you, BetaBot. And let me just go ahead and note this. CRV USD. Okay, perfect. My battle. Thank you, my dude. Thank you so much. I hope you can get some rest. I know it's late as hell over there, and I'm really sorry about the power outage or whatever happened with my interface, but I restarted the computer like 8 times and nothing happened. So some wrenching is going to have to happen after the birthday celebration for my girl, right? So I am sub in this channel. Okay, so you subscribe to this channel. The reason why I'm saying this is because I would like to cover it for you, but I'm not going to be able to cover it tonight because I am very limited in time. Okay, so what can I want you to reach out to me on Twitter? Okay, the links are in the description below, and in fact, I can actually just add them here. Let me just go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and go into my profile and link it into the chat right over here. Okay, dude, here you go. Please go into Twitter, send me a message there. Okay, please, 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 please do so. You don't have a Twitter? What? Okay, check this out. Go into the about section of my YouTube profile and you're going to notice that there is my email there under business inquiries, okay? Send me an email, okay? And let me know that you are BetaBot from the Twitter. I'm sorry, from the YouTube. All right, so guys, let's go ahead and now finish off what was it? A VS, right? And now let's continue on with ticker symbol CENN now. Okay, all right, CENN. Let's see what it's got for us. First of all, if we're referencing the bi-hourly time frame, take a look at this. These are the ARC series Cripstex indicators, okay, you guys? This is what you're looking at for, I'm sorry, this actually is something that I don't usually present in lives because it actually gives too many easy answers, and I kind of discourage getting the easy answers first, although I am shilling my own indicators for you to subscribe to them, right? Send me a DM if you are interested in acquiring the indicator packages, okay? But know for a fact that I don't always show them because they give us the answers, thus invalidating our discretion, okay? In the bi-hourly, we're already getting a long signal, okay? So the Arc Armor indicator, which is included in the subscription package, gives us a series of exponential moving averages all placed algorithmically in the chart so that we can be able to gauge this type of directional wave, okay? So upon gauging that directional wave, the algo tells us when it would be appropriate for us to be able to short and long, okay? So as you can see right over here, we are printing a very interesting long signal right at the candle. Let's see. Oh my goodness, this was at the end of the day in the after hours trading. Very interesting, okay? So let's go ahead and now block the visibility from the Arc Armor indicator because it's interesting that we're getting this suggestion. And also, this would be considered to be a potential very rare breakout of an ascending triangle, okay? So what we ended up having here were what people consider to be ladder attacks. So you have the ladder here, ladder here, ladder here, and then this was the final capitulation event. But as you can see, we absolutely fell to the downside, created a bear trap. I don't like to usually call them in the bi-hourly, right? So traps usually happen in 8 hours and above. So bull traps and bear traps don't really exist in the lower term time frame, okay? They are usually, or I'm sorry, they are presented in the 8 hour and above time frames, okay? So in this case, we created a liquidity trap here and continued on to the upside, and now it's possibly looking at like this thing is getting ready for a very rare breakout out of an ascending triangle after a downtrend, okay? So this is prepping something interesting too. Very curious, okay? So let's go ahead and reference momentum and our moving averages right over here, okay, you guys? So let's see what we got. First of all, we already converted that SMA 10 into a form of support, and you can see that that pivot is very aggressive and suggesting an upside continuation here, okay? I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so now let's go ahead and start off with the immediate short-term time frame momentum, okay? Consolidation period, very much in, let me just go ahead and reload our RSI here. There we go. Make it a little easier to see. It's just that this was an update with a heavier tint on the RSI signal being the purple one, right? 14-day simple moving average is your pink line. Consolidation on the 30-minute, okay? Let's go ahead and move to the bi-hourly. The bi-hourly suggesting some upside continuation already in accordance to what we're talking about, right? So let's look at that 6 hour. 6 hour suggesting an upside, but it looks to be a little limited. If we were to compare the 200-day simple moving average to the 14-day simple moving average, it looks like it could be in correlation, right? But let's go ahead and get a little more surgical and add our 7-period and 30-period exponential moving averages. There we go. It looks like maybe the 30-day could be that area to face a type of resistance before coming back down and testing a support before continuing on to the upside. Let's continue validating here. Let's see the 12-hour. The 12-hour is suggesting a little bit of consolidation, but please notice that we are well within the gravitational pull of the bear weakness percentile. Okay, this is likely to have us go up, but it's still suggesting some sideways trading. Okay, so it's very much in respects to the data coming out tomorrow. And like I said yesterday in the stream, guys, we're going to be noticing a lot of this sideways suggestions on a lot of tickers, right? So let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here and move on to the buy daily and see what it's got. Okay, buy daily is suggesting a potential very short-term, super weak downside. And I can say this is because the 14-day simple is landing right in that gravitational zone. Okay, we can face a little bit of a downside. This is a huge pivot over here. Okay, this is suggesting that the bears have lost a lot of strength. Also, do notice that the buy daily actually printed a massive signal over here, and this is that this is that hammer candle at the bottom of a trend, and now suggesting a continuation to the upside. But we need to validate the upside or the reversal with this candle here, which is going to be closing in 14 hours, 13 hours and 59 minutes now. Okay, so as soon as this thing moves to the upside and closes in a very healthy manner, which by the way, it's already healthy. All right, what I'm trying to say is that we want to make sure that it doesn't close to the downside. Okay, we want to make sure that it closes in the present formation of what it looks like right now, which is a very high quality hammer candle, also at the bottom of a downtrend, right? And then starting the candle to the upside. So this would essentially be our validator. So things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good for CENN nonetheless. So, and let's see, let's move on to the 3-day. There it is. Okay, so the 3-day is suggesting that upside continuation. The 5-day is still a little weird, but it's not a problem here. And if we're looking at short-term upside, let's look at it now. All right, so we're going to take the 12-hour last candle print, swing high to the swing low. Actually, you know what? Let's take the let me see if I can get a little closer over here, because the price action still needs to validate a couple things. Yeah, so we're gonna take the fib from the swing high to the swing low of the ascending triangle. Okay, so this may be the area that people are more than likely looking at. Okay, so now let's see, was that upside happening right away? That was that buy hourly. We suggested upside starting on the buy hourly, actually 6 hours suggesting that upside, and the upside still continuing and continuing. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so very much in respects to the right over here, please notice that we have a candle wick that actually resisted between the opening and the closing of these candles here. That's kind of a sign there. And also the fact that we actually can move back in price action and understand that there could be some areas of confluence there. Okay, let's just see. If there isn't, no problem whatsoever. Okay, so the confluence is actually landing between these candles here. So it's also short-term, 8-hour, right, alongside the 1.272. All right, so there's our first target. But if we're looking at the 1.618, oof, okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and just make a quick line just like this and look at the relevance of the 1.618 with all of that. And we already had it as a resistance from before. Very interesting here, very interesting. Okay, so that is essentially going to be my target for the coming session. I would say maybe Wednesday. This thing is suggesting massive upside, and please notice that the buy volume is actually loading and the sell pressure is diminishing heavily. Okay, so this is not good for the bears. All right, so there, yeah, I'm seeing an upside, and if I'm going to be very clear here, I'm just going to give you a range just so you can be safe. Okay, let's see, to the 1.272 at 69.92, pretty much 70 cents, right, to about 73 cents. This is going to be our likely area of resistance. And why am I saying that is because if I'm just going to be very messy here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just draw like a triangle right over here, right, and just look at it in this manner. The reason why is because we would essentially break out touch our resistance areas here, and then come back to validate our newly converted resistance into support before a continuation onto the upside, thus continuing on the ebb and flow of this higher high, higher low structure. Everything is looking good for ticker symbol CENN. Let's go ahead and finish it off now and reference our notes. Okay, you guys, so very, very interesting ticker that I actually owed from yesterday. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol HILS, as that was something that I still owed from yesterday. And guys, if we can just go ahead and limit our stay to this last ticker for tonight, and we'll go ahead and reference as much as we can in the next live stream. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and continue on. Now, ticker symbol HILS now. All right, so what I want to show you here is actually the Cryptex Arc series enhanced MACD. So what's very, very interesting about our enhanced MACD here, you guys, is BetaBot. Thank you so much for the wish for. Thank you so much, and Just Change. Thank you for stopping by. This is the indicator that I actually favor every single time I open up a chart. I just don't show you guys because it has the bull signals and the bear signals for us to consider when things go to the downside and for when things go to the upside, right? So I hate it. I hate that it makes it that easy, is because we need to practice our discretion first. Again, I'm going to remind you, if you are interested in acquiring these indicators, please go ahead and reach out to me via DM or on Discord, DM, and we'll go over the subscription packages. But I encourage you to learn the discretion first. Okay, but nonetheless, we fired the bull signal on the daily on the enhanced MACD on January 5th, and we have made that ascent ever since. And still, the reason why I favor this indicator the most, guys, is because this is essentially what you hear me talk about every day. I talk about volatility versus momentum. Okay, so in this case, the developers of the indicators in Cryptex have made a very interesting consolidation of my strategy. Okay, this is volatility represented by the Bollinger Bands, right? And momentum represented by the MACD average. Alongside that, you have the mean right in between. I'm not trying to rhyme here. And you also have bear and bull signals that give you essentially the long or short position, right? So very important to notice here that we were critically contracted and now have since expanded into a very wide area and suggesting a continuation to the upside aggressively. Okay, so it looks like on the daily, volatility versus momentum is still on a climb and is in line with our RSI on the daily as well. Very interesting thing here. Okay, so let's go ahead and now reference our price action and see what's going on in there. Okay, so let's put that right back. There we go. Still typing on the wrong keyboard like a freaking maniac. No problem here, you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and load up our moving averages and see what kind of supports we have under us. Okay, man, oh my goodness, guys, please notice the importance of crossing the 200-day simple moving average on a daily and being this far above it. Guys, that's a macro move to the upside that HILS is essentially prepping or continuing right now. Okay, so let's go to the immediate short-term time frame and see what it's got. Okay, 30-minute already suggesting that upside, making a very important cross above that 14-day simple moving average and suggesting the upside nonetheless. I mean, almost immediately, right? We have a little bit of let's see. It looks like we still have a little bit of consolidation to take into account here on the buy hourly, okay, but no problem. It's still pivoted towards the upside. Let's look at the 6 hour and continue. 6 hours still consolidating. Please notice that the consolidation is very well in line with every other ticker that we've looked at today. The consolidation is something that I'm gonna repeat this. It's just something that we're gonna look at whenever we are facing economic data releases, okay, like the CPI for tomorrow, which, by the way, it's going to be released tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Okay, that's going to be the CPI data. If we do get a miss on CPI data, expect the markets to react negatively. If we get a beat on it, expect the markets to react positively, okay? But it looks like the markets have been rallying to the upside today, which would essentially tell us that we have already pre-priced in the expectations of CPI. But if they do come in and they miss those expectations, then we're gonna essentially return all the gains that the NDX and the SPDR, I'm talking about the S&P 500, have given us today. Okay, just today was I'm talking about a 1.5 point upside on the broader markets. Okay, on the Nasdaq. Okay, so this is huge price action. Okay, all the Qs are up, even the SQQQ is way down. Okay, so this is already pre-priced in. This is why I'm saying for you to be very, very careful. Just change. Thank you so much for that wish. I'll make sure to let her know. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's move on to the 12-hour and see what we have. Okay. Man. Ooh, HILS is still suggesting the upside on the 12-hour, like we said. Let's look at the daily. Daily still on the upside. Buy daily still on the upside. 3-day massively upside. Oh no, you guys, what? Jeez, are you kidding me? Man, I don't even see the information on the monthly. Okay, that's because it hasn't been trading long enough. But all the way to the bi-weekly, we're still getting an upside on this. Again, guys, I think this is getting ready for a macro move, and it's already done it. I mean, it's gonna take a break right now, obviously, because we're essentially, let's see, 770% up. This is heavily inflated, and it still looks like it has upside to go. I'm gonna express my discretion here. Okay, if you're gonna long this, you need to be very careful. And why do you need to be careful? Is in respects to the historical data. There is nothing indicating that we had any type of upside or reversal in its history. This is why I'm saying that you need to be careful with this one. Okay. Be very careful, but this is wow. Let's go to the 15-minute. Is this thing serious? Wow, my goodness, no way. Is that for real? Starting from the freaking 5-minute, there's not even a chance to recoup. Like it's not even giving us. Let me see. Let's be super critical here. Is there a downside ever? Like ever? All right. In respects to the 6-hour, meaning that it would be by around CPI release. This thing could potentially trade sideways. No way. My goodness. What is going on with this? Why is this so crazy? All right, Hillstream signs a deal with Applied Biomedical Science Institute to develop treatments against drug-resistant cancers. No way. Okay, Hillstream raises 8% on agreement to license technology for HER2 and HER3 antibodies. Guys, these dudes are just pumping good news and good news and good news. Another thing that I should mention is that historically speaking, let me see if I can get the overall history of HILS. Oh my goodness. Historically speaking, it's never faced an earnings miss. So these are all to the expectations, okay? So that means that it's moving healthy. So, I mean, guys, man, let's look at the cap. Hold on. What? This is ridiculous. The market cap, okay, so 18.3 mil, and we have a tiny 3.9 mil float, okay? So this, oh, dude, what? Okay, so, I mean, we already faced the support that we essentially would have longed, right? So, oh man, when there is like kind of like an angst to play the upside on this, sometimes you need to wait for the upside to pull back first. Meaning that if we're looking at the 4-hour immediate short term, right? Let me hide this. We can see an upside continuation based on geometrics here, okay? Please remember, we're looking at 6-hour sideways trading. So I'm not looking at moonshot right away, but I am looking at upside like a lot. Like, I mean, really a lot, but not right now, okay? So meaning that it may actually continue to the upside maybe upon close tomorrow or the following day. But what I mean is that if this can make an upside move to the 1.618 or the 1.272, you can expect a retracement to then test our SMA 10, but it could be our our EMA 7 and 30. Okay, so there is a chance that I can give you a range for a loading zone. Okay, so it would be like this. Okay, right to the wick low of our current candle. Okay, so it would be 177 to 173, but you would need to wait for this thing. And this is a gamble. In essence, that's the gamble. You need to wait for the upside to continue and then pull back to get an interesting setup for an entry. This is dangerous. Okay, if you are not an experienced trader, be very, very careful with your long positions here, okay? Because this, after it loads up here, I'm going to give you a secondary loading zone and a third loading zone, okay? Just in case. 164, and then this area right over here at about 155 to 149. These, I'm not going to lie to you, these are best case scenarios. These three areas right here are super best case. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that it's going to go there no matter what. In fact, if there is going to be a pullback, it would likely be to our current lows of this candle here, and it would potentially be at 177, followed by you know what, to tell you the truth, as soon as we make this upside continuation to the 1.618, this exponential 7 period and this simple 10 period would actually flash to the upside, potentially meeting the SMA 10 here at 173 and the EMA 7 maybe at around 177 or 180. Okay, so these moving averages we're in the short term here, 4 hour. Okay, so this can likely move up, and this can likely move up as well. So then when we touch this, it'll revert back and then touch down at the areas of where these two moving averages are sitting. Okay, so that's essentially how this thing can be moved to the upside. Okay, you guys be very, very careful if you're going to long this. And I'm going to say it again, if you guys are considering betting on CPII, know that if you're not an experienced trader, you are gambling your money and essentially missing out on the opportunity to make the easier trades on the following sessions. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to be very clear about that. I need you to be careful. All right, you guys be very careful with this. But this HILS ticker, my goodness, I'm not gonna rate it because we don't want anybody to go into the markets on CPI releases. Okay, you guys, stay cash, keep that dry powder for a better entry. But if a CPI gets announced, right, and then this thing makes that retracement, the easier trade would be prepping right in these areas here for the following session. Okay, so meaning that your prep would essentially happen tomorrow, mid-session or end of day. Okay, so be very careful. All right. Oh man, Sebastian Lim, how much would I wish for that to happen? Guys, I'm actually going to be going to bed tonight at about, I'm talking tonight as if it was tonight. I'm going to be going to bed at about 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. because my boy is just on a terrible schedule, and my toddler. Right, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just end the stream right here. I really appreciate everybody for stopping by. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button on the way out, okay, and make sure to visit me on Twitter or Discord. Join the Discord, lots of people there. Okay, you guys, so I really appreciate everybody for stopping by tonight. I apologize for all of that crap that we faced, right? But technical issues happen and whatever else. Indra, have a very good night. My moderators, Mark Roach, Cal, if you're in there listening, love you, buddy. And Samantha H, thank you so much. Beso Amy, take care. T Wood, thank you so much. Really appreciate everybody's donations and all the birthday wishes for my baby girl. Okay, you guys. So with that said, I wish you well. A very, very, very good night. And I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.